Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hobby Night. I'm not playing Rogue Trader for you during this live stream. What is going on? I don't know. Ah! Okay, I know. It's very scary. It's been a little while since we've done a hobby stream, but I thought this would be very fun, and I wanted to showcase some of the really cool terrain pieces that I was sent from one of my YouTube members, Rudy. And hopefully he'll be able to show up for today's stream, and I can thank him personally and everything. But to showcase what he got me, let me move my big Saurus out of the way. He got me a variety of these Gamer's Grass laser cut plants. I was blanking on the name laser for a moment, so that's why I paused dramatically there. So these are laser cut plants, and I have fiddled with these a little bit, but the ones that I have are like the plants are too large for the Sauruses. So just to showcase, actually here, I'm gonna show it here because it's gonna focus on there we go. Okay, so you see, this is one that I built. It's one of the agave plants, but it's a little too big next to like a Saurus. Just gonna show you there. Beep, 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 shoot, focus. Boop. So it's huge, right? And I don't think it quite fits the look that I want. Although these are very jungly. However, I got sent a bunch of much more jungly plants. Let's see, there we go. They show probably better here because you're not getting nearly as much of a reflection. Boop. So there we go. So you can see them there. And I also got these.
Here was that better.
Yes, for here. Yeah, for here. It's a lot better. And then I also have these banana plants, which I'm a little concerned that these may end up being a little bit large for at least the small guys, but I might end up putting some of these on the Croxagore and Barney's base because that would be, I think, work really well. And then these are the ones that I'm actually extremely excited for. So we got these alien rosettes, and they're just these cute little alien looking plants. And if you guys saw me playing Rogue Trader yesterday, I got to Janus, or Jarus, Janus, one of the planets that I, as a Rogue Trader, protect, and is part of my dynasty. And so it's a jungle planet. Well, it's an agri planet, but it's very jungly. And these plants remind me of that. And this is it's all giving me jungle vibes, which is why we're working today on my boys. Although I am going to bring this back over a little bit and have it shine in directly, because I still would like them lit a little bit better. All right, there we go. Yay! Well, I'm glad you were looking forward to this. So let's go ahead and start popping some of these open. So the basic idea of how these work. Let me explain that before we go. This is two pieces put together. There we go. Okay, so this is two of the pieces for this particular plant put together. I just glued them down to one another, and we can stick these onto the base. And that's kind of how these tend to design. So for these alien plants, for example, we'll probably want to start with a couple of the big ones, and then put the smaller ones within to create a really cool, three-dimensional look. And this should be very, very cool. Luke, I'm so glad you avoided the hospital. I'm glad everything was okay, because you said you were leaving in an ambulance or something the other day. I was so worried. I'm very glad to hear that you're all right. All right, so let's pop some of these open. So they come on these they're just little laser cut pieces of, I don't know what kind of material this is specifically. Let's see. Does it tell me what kind of I mean, it's some kind of plastic. Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is, but the sheet's supposed to have 47 different ones on it, which is pretty cool. And then you can combine them. They give you some examples here on the back. So we're gonna combine them into these cute little succulent looking things. I'm so excited. That's gonna be the plan, is we're gonna base all of my little lizards. I think, let's see, do they do No, they end up doing the blues with the blues and the pinks and purples with the pinks and purples. So we're gonna do the same. I think I want more of the pinks and purples, so we're gonna do that. All right, and we're actually going to want probably an X-Acto knife for this. Here we go. Okay. Because they are like, yeah, there's a little tiny thing holding them in place. And I don't want to accidentally tear one of my leaves. It's on that side. Just trying to see where it is so I'm not like drawing a line on the whole damn thing. There we go, there it is. Boop. Okay, first one out. See, I don't know if you guys can, yeah, you can see it probably a little bit, a smidge, right there. There, now it's more visible because I zoomed us in. So I think I'm gonna go with, all right, so I have one that has kind of a gap there. I think we should do maybe this one then. It's the plan. Dude, Rogue Trader has been so good. There was a really good ad, as I recall.
The 1 year report from Abelard.
Yeah, the 1 year report from Abelard. That was they had that like ad recently, and it was so good. One of my favorite characters. So sad he can't be romanced. I mean, I get why. He's Grandpa.
Grandpa doesn't get romanced.
And Grandpa doesn't get romanced, apparently, but I feel like that's a bit ageist. Then again, I can't romance my... Well, I haven't got him yet, but I just got the Aldari woman. Yearlit, I believe, or Yearlit? Yearlit?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. And then, so the only two other characters I have left to get are the Drukhari guy, who I have no idea what his name is. And I actually don't know the name of the Space Wolf either, but he's the other one. And I actually think I end up getting them at the same place because from my understanding, and I don't really care that I know this information or not because it's in the trailer, I believe you meet the Space Wolf because he's captured by the Drukhari. And I imagine you might meet them at the same time. So that's my expectation. We need one more little one. And I think I'm going to go with this little... Do I want the really dense one? Or do I want the really sparse one? You know what? I think I'm gonna pair the dense one with this sparse one, so we're gonna go sparse here. I'm just sad that when I took the assassin to my bath, that I did not get the, like, I didn't succeed my willpower test and be able to, like, flirt with her more and, like, prove to her how cool I am and therefore worthy of her coming to my bed. Because I feel like that's what it's going to take in order to do more things with her. Although it was great that in literally the first instance of me hanging out with her in any sort of private capacity that I was able to kiss her. No one else has given me that opportunity yet, so... Clearly, she's very special. Which one was I working on? This one. I just keep spinning the page around and around. Come on. Get out. Get out there, you tiny little plant. What are you stuck to? Ah. Release. There we go. Oh my god, did I just fling it somewhere? Nope, okay, it's there. Okay. Alright. I just want to try one out first and then we'll build them all. But I want to see what this is gonna take. How annoying is it gonna be? Now my idea is to use the foam to sort of pin things down, and I'm hoping that'll work well. And actually, do I still have my pins out? I do. Okay, let's use these ones. They're are my dirty ones that I've already... Does it matter which side? I don't think so. Alright, we're gonna go... I guess, do we want the darker color? Do they have a recommendation? No, they do not. I'm deciding whether or not I want the slightly darker tone or the brighter tone to be the inside, which is probably what I'll see more because I'll be looking top down at it because I'll be playing with them.
I believe organically bright would be up.
Okay, that's what I was thinking as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay them down in a way that I think looks cool. And then we can glue them. Like, that looks really cool. So let's also clear some space so that I can actually have my glue out. My plan for the glue is to put it on a... Oh, I could just use the container. No, we're not going to... No, I'll use the palette paper. That's what it's there for, Angela. All right, let's get this on the palette paper. Oh, beautiful flow. Okay. Now the idea here is I have a shitty brush that I've sacrificed. Hello, left-handed dragon. Welcome to the stream. We are putting some terrain bits together for my Lizardman. And we just got started. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and spin this until I'm happy with where it is positioned. I like that. Cool. And they're stuck together. My idea, hopefully, is then I can pin it, bend everything up, and then just stick it onto the base, and it'll be cool. Although I did get recommended to color the sides. I don't know if it's necessary. I mean, I see a little bit of the white edge. But I'm afraid... Okay, hold on, actually. We can do a test. Because I have this one that I basically use as a sacrificial test. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, Rudy. Appreciate you so very much. I'm so glad you're here, actually. Thank you also for sending me these gamer grass tufts. I'm very excited. We've started building some already. I, of course, had to start with the beautiful... Focus. There we go. The absolutely stunning purple ones that you sent. And these are going to be going on these bases. Good evening from Bahrain. Local time is, was it 1 in the morning for you? So you can't stay up long. You're honored that you're using the local cool game, or those cool gamer grass products. Woodland Scenics and Greenstuff World also make some awesome basing materials. I have actually a bunch of Woodland Scenics stuff because they sent me a bundle, and I haven't played around with it yet because I have a little bit of a larger project that I want to use those for, because they got me some of the like big containers of like grass materials and dirt and such like that, and I'm very excited to have those. So yes, I completely recommend Woodland Scenics. I haven't played around with too much of Greenstuff World's basing materials. I have a few of their paints, like their color shift ones, which I love, but I've not actually tried their basing materials, so very excited to check those out at some point. But these little things, I really think are very cool. We have one more that we need to put on here, and then we can start like bending and shaping this one, and then we can kind of see how it all fits together and like mass produce them. That's the idea. Because I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a combination of the blue and purple ones. So like these ones here. There we go. So we're gonna do a combination of these on their bases, along with definitely either of these 2 vines. I haven't fully decided which of the vines that I want to use yet. I think it's gonna depend on like which one feels like it fits better on the base, you know? But these are the ones that I'm leaning towards. And then I think I might throw in some of the banana leaves onto the big guy, and then mix in some of these other grasses that you sent as well. I love their tall stuff. Like those really tall bushy grasses. If you ever do Bretonian Nights, these are really fun for the Bretonnian Knights because they're just like, they're so chonky. They just, I don't know, there's something about like a weird pasture vibe that it gives me, and it feels like it fits the Bretonnians super, super well. And I'm excited to see how it mixes in with these paper materials. Oh, the thing that I wanted to check, do I have those in here? Do I have those markers in here? Or are they all downstairs? They may all be downstairs. Let me check in the closet real quick. Okay. I was curious if, and I might run downstairs really fast to grab these. So I have a brand of Japanese ink markers called Copics. You may or may not have heard them before. And I really am curious, because they are an alcohol-based marker, how they're going to react to the edges here. Because there's a lot of really soft colors that I think would fill in the edges of these plants, which I just don't know if I necessarily need to, but I want to try it on this test one that I did to see if it matters. Because on this one, because it's got these little spiny bits, it is a little bit more noticeable. I don't think it's going to be as noticeable on this because it's so smooth, but anything that has a lot of texture on the very edge of the plant, like these banana leaves, I am wondering if you're going to see that white edge and whether or not that's going to bother me. And that's why I want to try the Copics on it. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and run downstairs and grab those markers really fast because I don't think I have them up here. So I'll give me like probably less than 2 minutes. And I'll be right back. Give me a second. The fun thing about this experiment is I'm also going to find out whether or not these markers actually still have active ink in them, because I haven't used them since college. Thankfully, there's literally a purple right up top. Actually, 2 different purples that I think would be perfect for this experiment, as well as, let's get a good green. These will probably work. Okay, let's find out how this does. Are the Seahawks playing today? Go Seahawks! Hello, Manuel! Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's go ahead and test. And see what this does. Let's see if this marker still has ink. Oh, I think it does actually. Oh yeah, it does. Hell yeah. High quality brand. I do actually love these markers, and I was really hoping they would work. Okay, you know what? That actually is blending pretty nicely. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna waste more. Oop. I just swapped the caps. So if any of you that are interested, I do not like, hold on, let me get it to focus. On the marker, please. Okay, I do not fully endorse going out and just like splurging on these, but if you ever find yourself doing a lot of touch up on terrain pieces where you find yourself needing colored pens or markers, Copic is a very nice brand. It's a Japanese brand. They are a little expensive, but I've had this pen since I was in college. Over 15 years ago?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I am so old.
Yep.
So 15-year-old pen still works great. Just saying, if you need some pens, Copics are great. And they have a huge variety of colors. And thankfully, modernly, they're very easy to get a hold of. When I was buying these back in the day, I have an open blade just sitting here. I should probably fix that. They were not easy to get. Thankfully, though, because I went to an art school, they became much easier to get, but it was sort of a limited thing. I think we're going to go ahead and try this light pink. Ooh, that's an interesting discoloration. The side's fine. Okay, and go ahead and clean this up a little bit. Cannot believe these still have... Are you working? You are, but you might be so pale that it's not doing anything, is the problem. Oh, no, it's coloring it. Excellent. Excellent. Is it coloring? I'm going to try the darker color and see if that works better. Woo, millennials! Okay, this one definitely has ink in it. Oh, yeah. All right, baby, don't fuck up my plant too much, okay? Ooh, yeah. That's fixing my problem. Okay, let's go ahead and send these little guys up so that I can get to
You're off camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. There we go. Okay, when we do this again, we'll do it before we attach them. Because that was a mistake. Clearly. But you know what? Lessons learned. The nice thing is because these are alcohol-based, and these are some kind of coated paper, it's actually, if you do get the color on the top sides, it's just rubbing off. Which is great. Well, not completely, actually. Alright, so you do want to be a little careful. But honestly, this color is blending in with the plants, so I don't really mind why we went with it after all. But yeah, definitely want to do them while they're separated. Oh, hey, look at that. Okay, my glue did not hold completely, but that's fine, because now I can actually do a clean pass on all these edges. And yeah, this does clean it up and make it real sharp. So recommend the Copics or some other alcohol-based marker for doing this, because it doesn't look like it's damaging the paper too much, but it is definitely cleaning up those edges. You could also just skip that part if it doesn't bother you at all. But now that I've done it, I'm like, oh yeah. Let's be a little anal. Yes, that is one of the good things about Copics, Michael. You make a great point, and honestly, it's something I hadn't called out. But yeah, Copics are refillable. You can just buy the pen, like this portion, once, and then I have some. They're just not like super accessible to me right now. but you can buy the refill containers, which are super handy. And if your pen ever runs out of ink or it dries out or anything, you can just refill it instead of forking over money for just an additional... Oh my god, I keep doing that. I keep forgetting they're double-sided. That's another nice thing about the Copics, is they're double-sided. They have a chisel side. It wants to... There we go. So there's a chisel side, which I almost never use. I almost exclusively use the brush tip. Okay, so I've done this. Let's actually get these to stick together, huh? Oh, I still have some of my glue here, so let's do that. A little bit more this time, because obviously I didn't use enough, because it didn't hold. Love it. Gonna pin it even. Put some nice pressure there. Scoot these guys over since we don't really need them right now. That way I can stay a little bit more centered on camera for y'all. There we go. That's better. Most markers modernly are double-sided, but they don't always have the brush tip. Oftentimes, certain marker brands will have a fine tip for like detailed lettering or line work, and then they'll have a chisel tip for filling in big blocks, like Prismacolor will do that. The brush tip was a bit newer, and I don't know this for certain, but back in the day, Copic was one of the few pens or markers that used the brush tip. Nowadays, everybody does it, and it's because I think Copic popularized it, because they're real nice. They just make coloring in things just so much easier. It also gives you just... Brushes give you a lot more flexibility in line weight and control and that kind of stuff, and you just did not get that when you had the hard fine tip or the hard chisel tip, whereas the brush tip is flexible. It's really nice. Ah, nice! You're working on your new Chaos Lord. That's excellent. Oh, let's not stab yourself on the spikes of your dinos. You've done that enough as it is already, Angela. Especially when I was working on the Saurus Warriors. I just stab myself all the time. Alright, let's go ahead and put that like so. And we're going to use the pin. Come on. To press it down. We're just going to let that dry for a bit. If I can, I'm going to puncture through the plants. Yeah, okay. They are really nice. Okay, I'm gonna try to bend, like I'm just gonna crunch it all into each other and see what happens with the petals. Oh, Captain, that's great. I'm really glad that you've got some motivation to work on your IG army. What, how are you painting them? Are you doing like classic Cadian? Are you going Catachan? Are you doing something custom? I'm curious. I'm sure there was super limited options back in the day. Like, it's amazing the amount of variety in like tufting materials and such. Oh yeah, these are gonna look looks so cool with my little lizards. Okay, I want to test one out. So we're just gonna put a bit of glue on the bottom of this plant. We're gonna stick it on this base. Right there. And where's my pen? Here we go. I'm gonna angle it. Lovely. Very nice. Let's see, let's get it to focus. And the idea is I'm going to put all of the laser cut plants on first and then fill in with some normal grass tufts after that. Hello, Sean. Welcome to the stream. Oh, Michael, you've been getting into bolt action recently? Nice. Ah, and playing more Blood Bowl. Love to hear that. Which team are you running? Okay, I like him. He's good. So I'm just going to set him there. Excuse me. My throat dried out. Let's build just a bunch more of these real fast and do that, and then we can place a bunch of them onto our miniatures. Oh, actually, one thing I want to do before we build, so I know those are guaranteed. Those are guaranteed being used on these guys. I want to open up, I think I'm leaning towards these because of their size. So let's open these ones up as well and give them a shot and see what they look like. That's the suggestion for these ones. Looks like these ones just have like 2 together, which makes sense. So let's do... Oh, these ones are funky looking. Okay, let's go with this guy. Yeah, see, like these ones have so many little lines on the edge. I think we're gonna definitely want the green. Ah, thank you. Yeah, no, I love, like... I am personally a massive fan of this like teal blue color with a beautiful bronzy like gold or an orangey gold. It works so well, and I thought it would keep it very simple. Funnily enough, as you probably can tell from the video, the Source Warriors took the longest. They took the longest to complete out of everything, just because although there was also the most of them, because there technically were like 11 of them that I painted, because the old blood is also in their color scheme. And man, it was intense. I think I'm gonna do this little guy. Give me the plant. Where's my blade? There it is. Oh yeah? Do you know what they were? Like, who was it that you bought them from? Oop, let's not accidentally stab the plant we have below. Nice. Do you have any like ideas in mind? Like, have you narrowed it down to a couple of different color palettes for what you want to do, Orc Dragon? I haven't decided to do any swamp effects, at least not on this first one. In the future, I may end up doing, like, if I do like another group of warriors, which, you know, I suspect could be a thing or whatever. Music. Sorry, I stopped talking for a second because I realized that I wasn't actually, I think I turned off my headphones. That's fine. But no, I haven't decided, on these particular guys, I'm not going to do any water effects. If I get another set of warriors or another set of Croxigors or something like that, I definitely think in the future, especially since, for example, like this Croxigor warrior has, please focus, has this cool like stump, and I think it'd be really cool to make it look like this stump was in a little bit of a puddle, or even like the beginnings of a pond or something like that, or a riverbed, and do that in the future, but not for these particular guys. I've never done water effects before. I'm sure it's not nearly as scary or like stressful as I think it will be, but it really, like, I'm like, what if I'm terrible about it? What if I don't know, poison myself on the resin or something? That would be my luck. All right, let's go ahead and color these in. I think I'm gonna go with the darker green. These, I keep doing this. They're both double-sided. Angela, stop it. The really, really pale colors just don't seem to be actually saturating the edges enough. Yeah, that's better. And that's still very light, but it's actually doing something. There we go. Oh, nice. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I think exactly. I think it'd be better on larger bases as well, which is one of the other reasons why I thought about potentially doing it on the Carnosaur with the old Saurus riding him, but because I just ended up having some like delays that happened that caused me to not start this project as early as I wanted to in September, or not in September, in November. I keep doing that. I keep mixing up last month as September and not November, even though it's very obvious that we are into the holiday season. Very, very obvious. Okay, there we go. That one's done. Let's do this next one. Yeah, exactly. The small guys, it might end up getting lost, so I just don't know if it'd be worth the effort that... Like, I'm sure it's not going to be that tough to put together or whatever, but it might be a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and shape our vine. Oh yeah, these are going to be so good. I think it's definitely going to be these. Also, because they... Well, you know, now that I say that, this is definitely the plant. Those match, don't they? Okay, we have to use these then. They're just so much bigger. We'll put them on the bigger boys. I suppose jungles have lots and lots and lots of different varieties of plants in them, right? So I don't have to be too concerned if they aren't all identical to each other. Let's go ahead and bend that. Oh, let's not... Okay. I thought I stuck stuff into my glue. Unintentionally. Now I'm sticking things into my glue intentionally, but... Okay. Nope. I don't like the way that you've accidentally spun. Come here. I know I'm probably off camera a little bit for a moment. I'll fix that in a sec. Alright, there we go. Whoop! That looks cute. Yeah, I think... Where's my guy that I glued something to? There we go. I think... Yeah, I do like these together, and they're roughly the same size, so they'll definitely both work. How do I want to do this? Am I gonna... okay. So, here's the thing that I now need to figure out. I need to figure out how I want to actually segregate maybe the plant life onto these bases. Initially, I was going to actually just put them all having the exact same types, but because of the style and variety of these plants, I actually think I can mix it up even more. So I'm thinking I'm going to put these ones on the sources. Maybe have some of the blue ones on the Croxagor's bases, but keep the pink ones on the warriors. So the blue goes on the Croxagor, the pink goes on the warriors, along with these green smaller vines. These larger vines I'm going to put on the Croxagors alongside these blue ones. And then I think on Barney's, we can kind of do a mix of all of those along with maybe the banana leaves. Like, we'll just throw those in for funsies because they're bright, they're really big, and I think they would look cool next to him. And then after that, we can kind of determine what fluffier tufts we can put in there. I am not immediately familiar with Eilish Norn from Magic, but I feel like it'd be very easy for me to look them up later on and be able to go like, ah, got it. But White and Blood, red. So whites can be complicated. It really depends on what you're wanting to do, but I don't think it's actually that bad. Like, you want a really simple way to make white look decent. You base coat it in just a flat white or off-white color tone, whatever you want to do. Like, if you don't want to go pure white and you want it to have a little bit of a warm tint, then maybe you go with a little bit of an ivory. And if you want it to have a little bit of a cooler tint, then you go with something that has a little bit of a blue undertone in it instead. Then once you have that onto whatever the things that you want to paint white are, you're going to come back in, and all you need to grab is either Apothecary White contrast paint if you want to keep with a blue undertone, or if you want to go with a little bit of a more neutral undertone, get Soulblight Gravelord, which is still a Citadel paint, but it's one of those shades. And it is a very, very pale off-white wash that I adore. Very easy to work with. Makes white super simple. Because even if you go a little heavy on that and you get it a little dark, you really let that color settle into the recesses and it gets a little grimy or something like that. You come back in with a nice dry brush of your original color. You bring those highlights back out. Super simple, very clean, very easy. Don't be discouraged by whites. Feel free to use that in your color schemes if you want to. They're very approachable. And if you don't necessarily like Citadel colors, you can get a very similar effect, especially with the warm color tone. I don't know if Army Painter has an option for this that would lean more towards the Apothecary White color tone where you've got those blues. But if you want the warmer color tone, like Soulblight Gravelord will give you, you can get Holy White from the Army Painter on their speed paint line. That works very well as well for a white color tone to just kind of enhance your white without having to do a lot of the wet blending and mixing and matching and just like tedium that sometimes is using the opaque paints are. It's really easy. Is that true that the Lizardmen only do albino color schemes for their heroes? Did not know that. Okay, let's... Now that I kind of have a better idea of what I'm doing, I'm gonna set that there. And we're gonna pop out all of these purple ones. And we're gonna start figuring out which one we want to go where. I keep almost putting stuff into my gosh darn glue and then realizing that I'm not, and then I just need to chill out. Okay, so we'll go with that. Let's get all the big ones out first. Nope, that does not want to pull out easily like the last one did. I was too optimistic. Ah, albino is sacred. Okay, got it. Well, I will keep that in mind when it comes to painting any of my heroes. Then you could, so if you're doing an ivory, more of like a slight creamish, you would still want to use some sort of flat opaque ivory or cream color, whatever your choice is. Whatever you would want to be your highlight color ultimately, if I'm honest, you still do that. But then you're going to want to specifically get either Soulblight Gravelord or Holy White, because those are going to lean as a wash to go over top of it to create some nice shadows without completely taking away all of the natural highlights that the opaque paint has under on itself, just on its own. What it's going to do is it's going to give you that warmth in there. It's going to have a little bit of a yellowy brown color tone to it, but it's going to be super really pale, very very subtle. And I would personally recommend Soulblight Gravelord because it's a little bit more transparent than the Holy White is, because it is a shade, not a contrast color, so it's less pigmented. And so if you really want to have a subtle but really nice shadow created with a wash just very easily over your cream or ivory color, that's the way to do it. And then again, if it goes a little too dark, or if you decide you want to go with Holy White because you just you're like, I hate Citadel, screw them, and you want to just do Army Painter or something like that, Holy White you could do, but you may want to do that dry brush highlight that I was talking about. Or you could do a normal highlight. You could do a edge highlight or something like that back over top with your base color tone. And you could even, pop that further, go add a little bit of white to your base color tone and bring it even paler to get a further highlight. But I don't think, basically what I'm trying to get at is don't hold yourself back from doing it, because I think you can still manage to get really beautiful creams and really beautiful whites very easily, in the same way that yellows are way more achievable now. It's a lot less complicated to get a good, beautiful, vibrant yellow than you used to. So that's just my feeling on it. And I don't want anybody to ever feel discouraged on approaching a project and doing something that they think is fun and very exciting color-wise. Especially if you go into your project knowing that you're going with maybe a mildly more complicated color, like a white or a yellow or something, and you still just go for it. You're like, yeah, let's do it anyways. Oh, I like how oh, I love that. Okay, check this out. This particular one. No, you were focused for a second. There we go. Refocus, please. Am I too close? Is that the problem? Okay, I think you guys can see that. So you notice on this leaf edge, there's bug marks. They basically made it. There you go. You can see it more if I hold it a little bit further away. There's it's like they took bites out of it. That's so good. I love that detail. And there's a couple of them actually that have that I'm seeing when I look close. Oh, what a lovely little just natural touch to make it feel like it is actually a living plant and being consumed by the microorganisms in the environment, as is the cycle of life. Oh, that sounds cool, Luke. Bone white with ultramarine blue. Especially on world eaters. I feel like white and blue, even with a bone color tone, tends to be very heroic feeling. And world eaters are, well, chaos. And I do adore them for that. Get off of this. There we go. Okay. Alright, well, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pair those two up, because that's just going to be a really dense one. Then I'm going to take this one out. I was doing a quick count. So I have 10 total of the Saurus Warriors. So I feel like I should do maybe 5 of these rosettes and 5 of the little vines. Because I don't think I want to necessarily put both of the laser cut on the same base. Maybe I'll make an exception for either the musician, because he might be hanging back a little bit because he's beating his little drum or whatever, or the standard bearer, possibly. Haven't thought about it. Okay, now we need to get some of the big ones out. Because I've already got one of the pink ones on there on a base, and I don't want to double that up too much. So I think I'm going to go with this one. Do that. I also want to see, now that this is dried, can I shape you a bit more? Did I just pop that off? I think I did. Whoops, I did. Shit. Okay, well, the note to self, they are a smidge fragile once they're glued down. Oh, I didn't break it completely. I just... Did I actually break it off? Oh no, I did. It's at least spinning. Okay, I did. There we go. All right, let me just dip that into glue. Boop, 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 boop. Really get you in there. And then, oh, tweezers. Why aren't I using my wonderful handy tweezer set that Rudy also sent me? Okay. Whoop. I think I wasted all the glue on that. Do I have any neon paints? No, I actually don't think I do. Please, please, no. Damn it. These are precision, oh gosh. These are precision tweezers, and they're so much more, so cool, but they're so fiddly. I'm not used to them because they open the reverse way that I'm used to them opening, which is very exciting, but I haven't figured it out yet. Please, pin. Stick. All right, let's see if I can. No, I've put it into a spot where I can't. Oh no. Okay. Well, hold on. I need to reshape. We need a reshape. Hello, Project O. Welcome to the stream. Okay. We're in there. We're just going to use my fingers. We're going to gently dab that into the glue, and then we're going to... Oh, God. No! Okay. Poke it. Poke it. Slide it down. Yep. Get in there. You can do it. Yes. Okay. We did it. I fixed it. Everything's fine. We're going to pretend like that didn't. Got it. They put the, well, thankfully, I'm not doing any static grasses. I am going to be using some of these. I really like this particular color, this light green color tone is one of my all-time favorites of theirs. I've used it on actually a variety of different projects. Hell, I think I used this on my vampires actually previously. So I'm going to be using these, and because these are self-adhesive, while I may end up using a little bit of glue to keep them around and also to just stabilize them around the laser cut, I don't think it's going to be as much trouble because these are the beautiful wild shapes. By the way, guys, if I have to just say, if you ever get Gamer's Grass tufts, I am very biased, but wild tufts or the wild shape is always the way to go. Always get the wild shape. I don't know really if they sell that many of the non-wild shape, which are just like the perfectly round ones, which is the same stuff that you can get at like Army Painter and those kinds of places, but the wild shapes are great because they're uneven, and they just make it putting around feet and other materials, other basing materials, etc. so much easier. So highly recommend that if you're going to do that. I'm going to, oh, we don't want to start doing that yet. Oh, close the marker. Okay. I like those two together. I think I want to put, that one's a smaller one, so we're going to only do one with it. Yeah. We're going to make it this really, really dense little guy. That sounds fun. Excellent. Well, I appreciate that. No, I'm definitely not going to shy away from experimenting and making mistakes. I am all about that here. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. That one came out quite easily. Whoop, give it. Okay, I say that, and then the one side doesn't want to go. Whoop, there we go. Okay. That one goes there. I'm going to put this guy with the big one here. Have any of you guys been trying, have any of you played Marvel Rivals yet? Chaos Cultist and I have been playing it, and it's been super fun. And I'm saying this as somebody who's not a big fan of, like, those types of games normally. But in comparison to Overwatch, which I did try, I like this one so much more. But it's also because I care about the characters in Marvel, because I know them from, like, college and such. So it's a bit more relevant, feels a bit more relevant for me. No, I would say adding tufts normally is actually one of the easier things to do. The only thing that's making this particular tufting project a little bit more complicated is because I'm using these laser cut plants, and they actually require building in the same way that the models require building, which is kind of cool actually. Thankfully, they don't really require much painting, although I am cleaning up the edges a little bit. Although it's really probably not necessary. But I started doing it on one, so I have to keep doing it. But yeah, that's the only thing that's actually making, like, this one a bit more complicated than, say, a normal tufting. Because normally I would just pop them off of these little things here. Take them off this, because they have a little adhesive on them, and stick them down to the dirt, and bam, done. I don't even glue them normally. Like, I find that the self-adhesive tends to work perfectly fine. These, obviously, I'm gluing down because they're laser cut and they have no self-adhesive. There's no sticky thing on them. In this way, let's go ahead and shape our little plant. That's true. Model train stores do have a good amount of terrain options. The one thing you gotta be careful with sometimes there is that you don't get either too large or too small of terrain pieces, because scale does come into play a little bit there. It's one of the reasons I like Woodland Scenics, though. Okay, there we go. That's easy peasy. Sort of squeeze it together. Creates a nice little scoop for them to just pop into each other. Angela, the pen is double-sided. It's been so long since I've been using these that I keep forgetting it's double-sided, and it's gonna drive me absolutely up the wall that I keep doing that. I'm not even being super, like, clean here with this. I'm really just trying to get the most obvious edges that I see that are, you know, brighter. So that's basically the idea. Oh, it's fine. Are you kidding? I misspell things all the time. You know what? I don't think it's necessary. Oh my god, I did it again. I took the backside off. Oh fucking Jesus Christ. I am losing my mind. It's hobby time. And I'm losing my mind. That's always how it works, isn't it? Hello, Tyler. Welcome to the stream. Alright, let's go ahead and dab that in a little bit of glue. Press that together. Love it. A little bit more cleanup there. Wonderful. Hey, look, I didn't take the other side off that time. I remembered that they're two separate edges. Silly. Glued to the... Dang it. Alright, well the other benefit of having these markers is if I accidentally stick a piece to the other piece and I don't want it to, and I accidentally cause a tear, I can just use the pen to gently cover it up and no one will be the wiser. Alright, let's glue this down. And while it's still a bit flexible, use the round side of this to press it down a bit. And then see if I can bend some of these inner leaves back up. Yes. Nice. Okay, that worked a bit better than the one that I did last time. Still want to bend this leaf. Okay, could you not fight me, leaf? There we go. Got it. Oh yeah, basing makes a huge difference. And it doesn't even have to be a lot. It can literally just be a bit of simple, easy tufting. Like, not this kind of tufting that I'm doing. Like, not where you're having to sculpt your your plants. Oh my god, but it looks so cool. Look how good that looks. I'm gonna show it here. Like, doesn't that look so rad though? Okay. I'll let you dry. You're drying. Let's build the next one. Go with this tiny little guy. Boop. Left-handed dragon, go enjoy your dinner. Oh, you just posted your whip on Discord? Cool, I will check that out after the stream. I am looking forward to it. Okay, we bent that all up. Let's go ahead and use a little bit of this lighter color this time to clean up our edges. Oops, I'm using the chisel side. What am I doing? Fool! Fool of a took. It just, like, it does cover it, but it's a little bit too soft, I think. It probably won't matter. It's also not discoloring the other, like the actual other colors as much, which the other one was, so. Let's go with that. And then it's this one. Julio. All right, let's bend it up. I do have a Discord, but you have to be a Patreon to be able to get it. It's a private Discord for that reason, because it's the only, basically the Patreon, the only benefit that they really get, other than getting a thank you in the same way that YouTube members do, is they get access to the Discord. That's really the only benefit of being a Patreon member, is having access to that. And that way, if you want to directly share your projects with me or be able to chat with me a little bit more regularly, that's the way to do it. You also can show like what kinds of things you're into cooking, what other hobbies that you're into, if you're into toy collecting, what games you might be playing, etc. There's a lot of stuff like that. But really, a lot of people are showing like their works in progresses and their finished projects. And you know, we help support each other and all that kind of stuff. There's a way to do that. So if you want to do that, you would need to join the Patreon in order to get access to it. I don't think there's a way for me to hook up members to it as far as I can tell, which is a shame, because I would love to just be able to do both, but sadly does not appear to be the case. But that's how you get access to that. All right, I think we might, no, let's not pin it. I don't want to put the little hole in there because it actually does become kind of obvious that it's there. So I'm gonna fiddle with this. It's gonna look like nothing to you because it's so tiny. What a tiny little plant. Oh, no, I shifted it too much. Shit. There we go. Get in there. Oh. they're because of the type of material it is, it's got a little bit of elasticity to it, which is great because that's how you were able to maneuver it. But because of that, if you just pop it out of your fingers really fast, it'll just fly, kind of like oh, what's that like little football game that I used to play in like high school? You would like make a little paper football and it would flick and it would like go pretty far. It reminds me of that. Okay, I think that worked. Let's go ahead and do a little dip. A little dip. You are gonna have this one and it's gonna go behind this leg. I love it. Except that it's slightly crooked. There we go. I don't know. I do enjoy a good sausage meal, so I don't know. It sounds pretty good to me. Baked beans, I'm less into, but you know what? It's been a while since I've had them. Maybe I'll like them more now. You know, I keep saying that I don't need to do the edges, but then like I do actually see it, and it bothers me way more than I thought it would. Okay, we're fixing it. Done. Okay, he's good to go. I fucking every time. Okay, it's okay. I'm just having a mild conniption over here. Paper football, yes. Exactly. Is that all it's called? It's just called paper football. I thought it had like a longer name than that. Ooh, Mexican baked chicken? Is that so like is it a what kind of seasoning are you using on that? Is it like a lot of cumin, chili powder, cayenne pepper, maybe garlic powder, onion powder, perhaps? Sounds good. I made tacos the other night. Chicken tacos, and those are some of the things I added to mine, so I'm just listing the ingredients I use when I make tacos. Going, is this what you use? Go, and one more. Big boy. Cool. I'm just gonna get this one done real fast so we don't have to have this pen open anymore. There we go. There's that one. Oh, it's a HelloFresh recipe. Nice. I did use HelloFresh for a little while back at my old place, and I haven't looked into them recently. My problem that ended up happening, because I actually really liked their products, don't get me wrong, but the problem that ended up happening is I don't know if there was just like a shortage of different foods or something, but I kept getting the same couple of recipes recommended over and over and over again, and I'm like, okay, this is great, but I would like a little bit more variety. And so I ended up canceling my thing because of that. But I haven't looked to see if that was a temporary issue because of, say, only certain ingredients being seasonally available or what. And I also, it's much easier to get things delivered to my new place. And I have a doorbell, an actual functioning fucking doorbell, which I haven't had in many years, actually. So I can actually have somebody, if I got a delivery, go ding dong, and then like I'll hear it, and I won't be sitting out there going bad. Yes, I think I have a variety of tweezers. I have I have this one. This is like my most precision style one. And honestly, they probably would work pretty well here. The problem is sometimes I dent these paper pieces a little too much, like a little more than I want them to, and I get stressed about it. Which is probably stupid, but it's my prerogative. It's my MO. Colin, I am doing great this evening. How are you, sir? Ooh. Thank you also for subscribing, Earl Austin. Well, and that's why I'm hoping like I kind of want to look at what they're doing now because I'm in a different area now and I'm curious what I would get because before I was getting a lot of the same like Asian recipes over and over and over again. And don't get me wrong, I love Asian like food so much. We have this great sushi place near us that we go to fairly regularly and I very much enjoy that. I love tonkatsu. I could eat it all the time. Ramen's delicious, but it's just so salty that I don't eat it all the time. But I was like, okay, I can only do so many noodle dishes each week, you know, or so many rice dishes each week. And I really wanted like just a little bit of a greater variety. I just wasn't getting it. But again, I haven't checked in a long time. I should really try checking it out. Because I've already been doing a little bit more cooking than normal, and I want to continue doing that because I really like my kitchen. And I also like being healthier. Oh, that one looks great. I'm really happy with how that one turned out. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I am fighting the shrubbery. I must take it out. Show it a good time. Maybe it'll treat me better then. Okay, I think I definitely want a pop of this color on my musician, I think. Base. So we're gonna put this by his butt. I demand that you stay upright. There we go. There. Lovely plant. Okay, set him down without fucking up my plant, preferably. God, I really like how these guys are turning out. All right, we have one more to build, and then we can start doing some more of these little green guys. Little green lords and ladies. I love the name of this plant. Lords and ladies. A Korean. Oh my god. Do you get bulgogi all the time? Because holy shit, I love bulgogi. It's so good. Bulgogi. If you don't know what bulgogi is, it's just Korean beef. It's beef with a particular like sauce on it. Like it's very savory, I would say, very umami. It's so good. I love me some bulgogi. Yeah, staying healthy is difficult, man. I do not always succeed. I am a junk food addict. I like chips. I drink a lot of sodas. I have neither of which in the house right now, and it's slightly killing me. Even tinier. Oh my goodness. It's so small. These were such a good option for plants. I'm so excited. I love how they're looking. They look so fucking good. You know what? I was about to be like, that wasn't a weird screech noise to make, but then I realized that I am building dinosaurs. Or I've built dinosaurs, and therefore I'm just making little dinosaur noises. Dun 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 dun. Oh my god, please. No, 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 no. No, no. Spin. There you go. That's where I wanted you. No! It just popped out. It just popped out. Of course, yeah, no, eating out like unhealthy stuff every now and then is not so bad, but the problem is like I get lazy and I just eat out all the time.
Yep.
Okay. I swear by the great plan. You don't stick to this plant, I will destroy you. Aaron, welcome. Dropping in to say that you're keep up the good work. Thank you. Well, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by, spreading some positivity. So we love a space. Okay, there we go. There. Oh, beautiful. What a beautiful plant that's not fighting me anymore. Okay, get the precision tweezers, Angela. Maybe actually be smart and use your tools that you have. I don't know. Could be an idea. An idea that possibly makes this significantly less tedious to mess with. There we go. Oh, look at that. Indeed it did. If you have the tools to make your life easier, use them. Don't be like me and fight things. I make many sounds when I have when they're attacking, they go roar. They're like roar, and I attack that way. You'll be able to find out. We plan on doing an Age of Sigmar game in the very, very near future. Where should I put this one?
Yeah. The 21st, I think.
Is that when we're aiming
I think
for?
so, yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so the 21st is when we're looking to have our stream where Chaos Cultist and I face off our two spearheads against each other.
Woo-hoo.
It'll be his Soul Blight Grave Lords. God, every time I go to say their name, I always mess it up. And then versus my Seraphon warriors, or my Seraphon. I mean, there are warriors in it, but it's not just warriors. Okay, we got that built up. Let's look at our beautiful focus camera. Focus. It refuses. There you go. I like this because now I've brought in, so you can see what I've done. I've made 5 of them with purple.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 5 of them with these little lords and ladies, little green ones.
Oh, sick.
That way it'll identify the 2 squads for the spearhead a little bit more. Because in the spearhead, my lizards are split into 2 5-man squads rather than being run as one big squad. So I figure this will allow them to do that, and then even if I combine them, it'll be fine. If later on down. What?
I don't think we've had music on this entire time.
Oh, did it get paused?
Yes, it does seem that way.
Oh, I think I paused it with my headphones accidentally.
Oh.
I am so sorry, chat. You didn't tell me that you didn't have music anymore. I don't know if they cared. I've been literally rambling the entire time, so it's probably not been that big of a deal. But sorry about that, everybody. What's wrong? No! Damn it. But yeah, so that's the idea, is I'm dividing them up because that will help me identify the 2 squads. So I've done that. Let's get some more lords and ladies. These ones are a lot quicker, a lot easier to put together. There's less of them. Less leaves that need to go in, which is nice. that. We'll do this little single guy. Oh, did it leave when I took my... Of course, because it synced to my headphones, and when I took them out, it paused it because it thought that I wasn't listening anymore. I see. Well, good. I'm glad it hasn't been too much of an issue. That's why you just call them vampires? Yeah, I mean, Soulblight Gravelords is such a mouthful of many words. Many words that aren't necessarily stringed together. But Games Workshop was like, how many gothic words can I throw together into one name to make it really complex to say, where did I put my X-Acto knife? In front of my face. Alright, got one there. We've got another set there. Let's get this one out. This is the one I was attempting to separate, and it was fighting me. Tooth and nail. And by tooth and nail, I mean specifically these little tiny threads that they're connected to. What is... Where are you connected over here? Release the plant for me. I want it. I demand give... There we go. Well, at least you know when they send these to you, they're really in there well. Like, they aren't gonna pop out, fly around or anything when you're ordering these little guys. Alright, there's one. I'm gonna go with... We're gonna make this one a big boy. So I want to find this one here. This looks good. This is sort of thin, but still has another 4 prongs to add. So we'll do that. Ooh, 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 careful. And then we'll do... You know what? I'm gonna do this little two-tier one. How about that? Ooh, gosh, I'm pushing everything around. Okay, so that's gonna be a really dense one. And we need two more. Let's get this weird side-facing one. I think that works nicely. I'm going with just the ones that are the brighter green. There's some that are a bit of a... more of a sagey green is how I would describe it. And the lines are a bit more... like the veins on the leaves are a bit more noticeable. But I think I like this brighter color because I think it ties to the Croxagor's color palette a bit more. And that's basically what I'm doing. If you haven't noticed already, I am trying to pull the color palette of the other lizards into the fauna of the bases of their counterparts. That's the idea. And I think so far it's working really well. Oh my goodness, yes. The massive word, like my vocabulary has expanded already in just the several days that I've been playing Rogue Trader, like total. I need to check. I actually haven't seen how long I've been playing it so far. It occurs to me that it might be a fairly significant amount. Am I getting sunlight? Oh my god. I feel like I haven't had sunlight in here for a while. Do I have... No, that was one. I need one more. One more. Let's go with this guy. Oop. Oop. And then this one. That came out very nicely. Alright, there we go. Now we can shape. Again, this one's much easier. You need a separate dictionary. You just need a thesaurus is really what you need. Because, like, they just keep using, like, big words to say simple things all of the time. That a little bit. Just straight up, let's get a dab of glue. one. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, okay, well that didn't at all work the way that I meant it to. Let's try that again. Maybe. Ah, there we go. Haha. Okay, you're a little off actually. No, I lifted it completely. There we go. Haha. Success. Something I realized I didn't do on this one is I didn't put the leaves down. How you doing?
Good.
What do you want to do for dinner tonight?
I'm open for anything and or scavenging.
Let's scavenge.
Okay.
These things are so cute. I love them. Oh no, I knocked it off. No!
Do you want to watch more Angel tonight?
I would love to watch more Angel tonight. Oh my god.
We're watching 25-year-old TV fantasy.
It's amazing! We're on season 2. I am past...
Near the end of season 2.
We're actually near the end of season
episode
2.
18 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. OMG, the Darla Drusilla stuff. Fuck. I love it. It's great.
Yo, it just...
What's
okay,
up?
maybe they address this at Buffy at some point later on.
Uh-huh.
But as you and I talked about,
yes,
this is happening at the same time that in Buffy, Dawn now exists.
Yes.
Does Angel remember Dawn?
That's a good question.
Or, because I think that, based on what I remember in Buffy, I don't think anybody thinks about her until they're forced to.
Okay.
So, like, unless he ran into Dawn.
Yes. Then he would be like, oh, yes, I remember the...
But, like, for example, if Willow had dropped a mention of Dawn...
In when she was talking to Cordelia about...
yeah.
About,
one of the other characters. Would that, like... Would Cordelia or Angel been like, who the hell is Dawn?
Yeah, like, who the hell is that?
I mean, I think the monks rewrote the universe so she existed, right?
I think so. As I recall, I do think that is the case.
That. Like, does Angel ever meet Dawn in the show?
Because
he shows up, I think, in season 7.
He does, so he has to have.
I wonder if he just doesn't acknowledge it.
He might just accept it as, like, a thing.
Because Angel's head's been so messed with when it comes to, like, perception of the universe.
True,
I can imagine he might even be immune to Dawn.
He might.
Or, like, Dawn just causes him to go insane and have an aneurysm. I don't know.
Well, could he just potentially see Dawn as the light? Like, as the energy source that she is, rather than, like, the human? Like, would that be possible? Like, of him to just see her?
Possible. It really just comes back to the powers that be resetting that day for him once.
Yeah, true.
So, like, he's already
that day
a
was
reality that didn't exist.
That day was reset before Dawn existed, though?
Yes.
Okay. But as in Buffy's Angel? Yes, as in Buffy's Angel. Yeah, no, see, okay, like, for context, for those of you that haven't been following the epic adventure that is me learning to love Angel, I am a massive vampire fan, and I adored Buffy growing up. Watched it, wanted to be a Slayer, thought Spike was, like, the hottest thing, hated Angel because Joss Whedon made some choices of him being an absolute fucking creep around Buffy to begin with. So
you like the guy who sexually assaulted Buffy instead?
Okay, listen. The problem is I only watched season 7, which I think is when that happened. Season 6 or 7?
6.
Okay, I watched that once. I watched that season once. So, like, you keep bringing that up, and I'm like, yeah, no, I do vaguely recall that, but it wasn't. my memory, I mean, not to say this is not a actual, like, wasn't a good person and he would have done the exact same things, but it weirdly makes it feel better in my head. I wanted, at the time, Buffy to go with the bad boy Spike because I thought Angel was too much of, like, a softie, and I was much more into, like, the bad boy vibe.
After Spike gets a chip in his head, Angel has a much higher kill count.
He really does. I mean, Angel just has a much higher kill count because he starts murdering demons.
And lawyers.
And lawyers. And many lawyers. He's really not upset about that. So that happened, but I never watched Angel when I was a kid. I only ever watched Buffy. And I was really glad when Angel left because I was like, you're so annoying. Go out. Go away. But I love him in his own show. It's also because he gets to be more mature, like, honestly, Cordelia it's really funny to watch Cordelia play Buffy as she was originally, like, auditioned for. Because if you don't know this, Charisma...
I'm sorry for anyone who isn't a Buffy fan.
I'm not sorry. If you're on this channel, if you're a fan of me, you must accept and love our Lord and Savior, that is Buffy.
No. No, you don't. I just want to be clear about this. You don't.
Okay, but my point is Cordelia in this is basically behaving as if I think she would have if she had played Buffy, because Charisma, the actress that plays Cordelia, originally auditioned to be Buffy, not in that role.
Yeah, I don't know if she was Whedon's first choice or not, because I know a number of casting decisions. He had favorites, but he had to pick and fight his battles.
Yes.
And I know he even talked about how David Boreanaz was not his first pick.
No, I know the women in the audition were like, nope, he's the one. Which, okay, also I think that's one of the other reasons I was, like, weirdly biased against him. At the time when I was younger, I did not get the appeal of David Boreanaz. Okay. Of David Boreanaz. Oh boy, do I get it now.
But yeah, you also gotta remember, if you went back and watched the beginning of season 1 of Buffy, David looked very different. Like, he looked very early 90s CW, the WB heartthrob.
Yes.
The thing is he hit 30, and then, like...
And things happened, and it was good.
And, he hit, like, middle-aged, and if you've seen David Boreanaz nowadays, because now he's, like, playing a Navy SEAL on some other show...
oh, yeah, he is,
he
isn't he?
Still kind of just looks like the same guy. Like, I mean, he is the same guy, doing. But, like, the years have been kind to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like, he's salt and peppered, and he looks grizzled, but at the same time, because he's been trying to play a Navy SEAL, that might just be how he's, like, dressed himself now.
Yeah, it might also be how he was asked to, like...
Yeah.
You know, make himself look. Did I just stick this to my finger? We're gonna find out.
But, like, because I know he also fought to keep, going back to the discussion of hiring.
Yes.
Willow was someone he had to fight to keep.
Oh, yeah, because the executives wanted to get rid of her. They were like, she's not hot enough. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
That was literally it. It was like, 1993, 94 when they were casting this. Maybe 95. And, like... They wanted a much more bombshell girl for the best friend. And Whedon had to come in with his, like, Gen X nerd knowledge and be like, no, man.
Gentlemen, you don't understand.
This is going to be the most popular girl on the show.
And she was, because Willow's the best.
I mean, a lot of that's Allison Hannigan.
Yep.
We were talking about this in while we were driving the other day, that we don't think they could do a remake. Not because there's, like, a tech limitation or, like, Buffy wouldn't work with cell phones or whatnot, because I do think that could work. It's just the attitude and such of the Buffy series was so those actors.
It really was.
And any other actors trying to do it is just going to turn into, like, a bad Marvel parody.
Dude, I know. Like, I don't understand why they thought that, because Allison Hannigan, like, is insanely hot. She's always been insanely hot.
In season 1, she is very, very dorky.
Well, yes, but like...
Unlike where they got her in, like, the later seasons when she did get, like, cottagecore hot.
I mean, yes, but even the dorky her was still, like...
Yeah,
it was still hot.
It was
dorky.
It was crushable.
Yeah, she was the girl next door. Like, honestly, like that's what Willow was. She was your alternative.
But no, that's why he like didn't fight on like Angel, because he was fighting for Willow's actress.
Right, and I think honestly, good choice, because I do ultimately think like David is a really good Angel.
Like, I don't know if Sarah Michelle Gellar was his first choice or not.
I actually don't know either. I mean, I'm really glad that she was Buffy, because like icon to me in regards to my youth and like growing up, and God, did I want to be a Slayer so badly. I still want to be a Slayer. I love vampires and I still want to slay them as a Slayer because it would just be so cool. I also want to have a like love affair with a vampire that would be very forbidden because I am the Slayer, and it would be no. But I wouldn't care.
So
he did go from boy hot to dad hot. See, the thing is, though, is I never really thought he was boy hot. I think he just went from boy to hot to dad.
I think the literal problem was when the show was coming out, Angela was like 10 or a preteen. David Boreanaz was like 25.
He reminded me of my dad.
Fair. I was gonna say it's a little too like, because I can imagine when you're hitting like I'm sort of comparing this to boy puberty here, but like there's hot girls your own age. Then there's like hot girls who are older. And then there's a bunch of adults.
Yeah, he was always.
And then you might have a MILF.
Yes.
But there's a big gap between the like hot, and I'm talking when you're like a preteen going to like, you know, entering high school.
Yep.
And like college girls are hot, and maybe, you know, a neighbor MILF is hot.
Yeah, but
then,
then...
like a 30-year-old or something is like, they're like twice my age.
Right, exactly. And I think the problem was like David did have a little bit of dad vibes to me, and
a little too old.
He was a little too old. Like he was, and also
he did have college guy hanging out at the high school vibe.
He had, like, which was part of the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Which was absolutely part of the problem. Whereas, like, even though technically I think Spike also was probably around his same age, there was just a different, like, he had such a punk.
Well, so Spike didn't want to be there to hang around the teenage girl.
No, he did not.
Angel was there to hang around the teenage girls. Spike was there for whatever scheme he had.
That's very...
Which may have involved killing the teenage girl, but that's still different.
Very true. Oh, no. Plant. Stay. Stay. Good plant. I really like these plants. They're very cool. Thank you again, Rudy. I don't know if you're still in chat, but thank you again for sending them to me. Faith is very good. I loved seeing her, speaking of Faith, in Angel.
She'll be back soon.
What a difficult episode. Like, what a difficult series of episodes to watch with the conclusion of Faith's reintroduction into the show. Or I guess, like, her first introduction into Angel. Because it was her coming in and basically trying to murder Angel and then having a fucking mental breakdown. And it was so hard to watch. Good lord. She's such a good actress.
She retired.
She did. Oh, right, sorry. She was a great actress. And I'm sad for her for retiring because I know it's all Joss Whedon's fault.
Heavily.
Very heavily.
I think she might have had other issues as well.
There may have been, but I know that all the stuff that she did with him did not really help her wanting to do it more. From my understanding of Stiff. Because he was kind of a creep. Easy, get rid of those little white lines. Spike is not older than Angel Luke.
The actor might be.
No, but he's saying Spike was 400 and killed 2 Slayers, and Angel was a puppy at 200. And I'm like, at 200, yeah, he was...
Remember, they even made a point of that like, Spike had killed a Slayer, and Angel was all like, oh.
Yes, because at that point, he had gotten his soul back and everything, and such, but yes. But Angel is definitely older than Spike. Spike is not older than Angel. Considering Spike was made by Drusilla, who Angel sired. Which I love that in the series, Angel, you get so much more of that backstory, which is really fun. Like, I don't know if, I don't recall if we actually get to... I know that Spike was a poet, but I don't know how much of, like, his origin we actually got in Buffy. Surely there was a fair amount of it because he bonded with Buffy to a certain extent and, you know, before he went all bonkers in season 6 or whatever.
Sorry, I was reading something.
That's fine. He also just, like, okay, if you actually watch, if you pay attention to the trauma that Joss Whedon puts all of his female characters through, especially the major ones, let alone the throwaway ones, good lord. Because I'm just going to name a couple, and all of them have absolutely tragic...
I do want to correct something real quick, because I said Dushku had retired because of stuff with Whedon.
Yeah.
It really wasn't that. It was because of a settlement she had with because she had been fired from a show called Bull.
Oh, okay.
And the sexual harassment there.
Oh, shit.
That's why. The reason why I have her associated with Joss Whedon in my head is she came out in support and, like, yeah, that happened. Witness testimony for Charisma Carpenter,
who did have issues with him.
Yes, that's what it was.
Okay, yeah, because I know Charisma had issues with him. I know,
yes, but what it is Dushku Faith's actress. She got fired from a role on a show called Bull because of basically documented harassment on set, and the star was harassing her. And she got fired for it? Yeah, because she complained. So she got like a $9 million settlement out of it. Good! Yes. And that was like 2019. Since then, she has been studying being a psychiatrist. Oh, that's cool. Because apparently she didn't go to college because of the faith break on Buffy. And so in the last 10 years, she's been re-pursuing her medical degree. That makes sense. I know that, Charisma had issues with Joss because of, during her pregnancy, he was an asshole. Oh, Joss has some feelings about pregnancy based on rewatching Angel now. Oh my god, he so does. That's one of the reasons everyone who's a mother or pregnant in this is it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Oh, and going back to just the number of women who have just traumatic just pasts. Traumatic. Futures and just ends. Kate, Darla, Drusilla. Honestly, I can't imagine what the fuck's gonna actually happen to Cordelia by the end of this. Faith. Frankly, Buffy, because he kills her multiple times, brings her back, and tortures her that way. Multiple women who come to Angel and end up dying. Yep. Hell, remember that little girl with the eye in the back of her head? Even though she got cured, she still had to die. She did. So did the father, so that was sort of everybody. Yeah, I was gonna say, that entire family died. But man. Yeah, no, he really liked to bully women, I feel like, in his shows. Oh my god, I love these plants. I mean, I think it came with the nature of wanting to do a show where what does your main character do? He protects women from metaphors for rapists. Yeah, it's true. So, I mean, it is very true. I just demonetized the video, sorry. It's okay, it's fine. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Oh, these ones are so cool. Okay, we're gonna be a little delicate. I'd be so terrified to pop them out.
Well, thankfully, because they are like ferns, if they have little tears in their in little gaps, it doesn't really matter. Which I kind of assume is the idea. But yeah, I've basically been binging Angel, and it's been great. I have thoroughly been enjoying it. Yeah, Spike was the blonde guy in Buffy, played by James Masterson. Who does show up in Angel, and I'm very excited to see him back. His first episode where he was back, he showed up and honestly was kind of a little bitch, which was hilarious. I love when Spike kind of gets the shit kicked out of him, and that really happened because it was the episode where he tries to get the ring that allows him to walk in the sunlight from Angel because Buffy sent it to him via Oz, and does not go as planned. And I know he comes back because I know he ends up working with the team, which is hilarious. And we just got to the episode where Harmony was reintroduced. This is post her having been turned into a vampire, which is funny. So that was great. And I'm looking forward to her coming back because I think she's left temporarily, but I think she's going to end up coming back because I know I've seen her as like the secretary at Wolfram and Hart. And I know Angel eventually takes over Wolfram and Hart, so I'm looking forward to when that happens. Because right now he's currently working for Wesley because he was kind of a bitch to his team and they're punishing him. As he probably deserves.
I just saw...
Spike does save the universe many times in the comics, for my understanding. You were saying?
It's completely unrelated.
Yes.
In Marvel Rivals.
Yes.
Doctor Strange can team kill his entire team to charge his ult.
Ah.
That's gonna get patched.
Yep.
So apparently what you do is you open the portal.
Uh-huh.
And then you open the second portal over the edge of a cliff. Everyone jumps in and dies, respawns, but because everyone died, somehow it charges Doctor Strange's ult.
Interesting.
And so he goes in with ult at the very beginning.
Huh.
Sorry, just thought it was interesting.
That is funny.
Sorry,
You're game designing?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I like it. I approve. How many... I didn't actually look at the example on the back of the tin for this one. Where is it? There it is. How many leaves do you have? Not a huge number, actually. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this then. And that. He has also cockroaches as his, like, little alien buddies, which I thought was always a fun little thing that happened in the comics. The comics get so bizarre for Buffy and Spike and all that, or an Angel, just like the whole crew. Buffy ends up with like a lesbian harem. Spike has his cockroach like aliens and does save the world, I think, a number of times with them. Oh,
Sorry.
There we go. You're also working on some dinos, Robert? That's awesome. Thank you, Cursed Viewing. Okay, I think that's now stuck together. Let's go ahead and get some glue on there. I think we're gonna... Honestly, this is a really big one, so I'm gonna put it on the big boy.
no.
What?
The internet animators have gotten their hands on the Marvel Rivals models.
Oh, has the porn begun?
The teardown has begun.
Excellent. Oh, it's orcs riding dinos. That's cool. Thread there. I'm just gonna bend some of these up a bit more. Unhook from each other, please. Thank you. Alright, note to self. The ones with the tall stems are a wee bit fiddly. A little bit fussy. But that does look cool. Okay, let's make a smaller one to actually go on the Croc Score's base. Because while their bases are larger, they're not quite large enough for some of the really bulky stuff. Just how tall some of these plants are, which I still love. Not complaining. Very happy. Heck yeah. Do what I tell you to plant. The land shark's the best, though. I love Jeff. He's my main. He's so cute. Oh yeah. As the Macho Man would say. I don't like that awkward curve though. That's there. Can I fix that? Good question. Oh, no, I pulled it off. Damn it. Maybe if I do that, put a little bit more glue on there, and then I bring it over here so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Stick. Nope, that's not what I told you to do. I said stick. I'm going from below. That's what I'm doing. I do have a rim on my bases. I went with the classic black rim. Let's see if I can get it to focus there. Please focus. There you go. So yeah, just classic black. Very clean, very simple. Oh no. There we go. I unstuck it. Everything's fine. No need to be concerned. Alright, we're just gonna stick this guy on. Pray. Pray to the chaos gods that it works. It's gonna unstick, aren't you? Mother trucker. Okay, what if I do this? What if I do that, stick it to my finger a little bit, And I'm just gonna let you dry for a moment, and then I'll bend you into shape when you stop fighting me. You fiddled, or you've dried out a little bit. Problem was, it was just tacky enough that I was able to lift part of the leaves off again, and it was not cooperating in any capacity. Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. Because you get probably a very, very deep black for that, don't you? Using the Vanta black. I normally just use, for the really, really long time, I use the Golden Brands paint color called Carbon Black. Really liked it. It was a very rich, deep black color tone. I think I'm very low on that, though, so I've just been using the Army Painter Black recently. The one specifically from Fanatics line, because I really like that one. That's what I've been using. Let's get this last one bent up. Nice. Ooh. Let's get this little guy also shaped real fast. Bend the leaves down. Get some glue. Oh, I stuck it to my thumb, not to the plant. Nope. Nope. Bind. I command thee. They are looking very lizardy, aren't they? Oh my goodness. I would hope so. Would hate for them to not be lizardy. Okay, I think what I want to do is I'm gonna do the little guy. Little guy that I just built. I'm gonna grab him, some glue on his butt. And we're gonna put this right next to the stump, next to these other ones. Yes, I love that. Let me show you. Boop, boop, boop. Blends right in with the sculpted one, doesn't it? Ah, so good. Okay. So that's him done. I'm gonna go ahead and put this large leaf fella on this one. Bam. There we go. I'll reshape that once it's dried a little bit. And then last but not least, a big boy here. Into the shaping. Let's fix that before we attach it. What do you think? Yes, please do hit that like button if you haven't already. It really helps the channel out. Thank you for the lovely reminder there, Havman. Appreciate you. All right. There we go. It's looking pretty decent. Get some glue on the bottom, and we will put this right there. works for me. Stick, please. Well, I had it stuck and then I accidentally ripped it right back off, so let me just re-glue. I'm actually gonna move it anyways. I want it more there. There we go. Nice. I think I just want to get a few little tufts on some of them.
You don't want to put a second plant on the big dino?
I'm going to. I think I'm actually gonna put 2 of the blue ones.
Okay.
Because I think having those on there will be good to bring a little bit more blue in for him.
Yeah.
And then I'll put some green tufts as well, but I want to get some of these. So I have a couple different things. I'm really tempted to use these new beautiful dark purple ones. Do you think the dark purple or the ones with pink?
For who exactly?
For
everyone? Or...
Not everyone, but some of the guys that have the green. Basically, I want to pull anybody who doesn't have the purple tufts of any kind. I'm thinking are gonna get some of these to add that in without doing the identical thing.
Yes.
So the dark purple or the ones with pink.
Dark.
Dark. Okay, that's what I was leaning towards too. Okay. Kind of like the rough look of that, and what I want to do now is grab some of these lighter tufts that come with it. See how I feel about that. Okay, do you like... Do I though, or should I just do... I'm debating whether or not I should just be doing the little laser cut plants. Probably want some texture though. I do like the look of that from a distance. I'm just holding it away from myself for a moment. Can you get me out the shorter tufts that we have as well? We've got some of the, like, I think they're in that one there, the top one.
Okay. I think you should get them.
Okay. Very well.
It's like they're right next to you. You're closer than I am.
I was also wrong, so never mind.
Also, I am not here to stop you from leaning over on camera.
You know what? You're right. How dare I? You know what? Maybe these. No. Aha! Here they are. Here's the ones I'm looking for. Come here, shallow tufts. Maybe these bright green ones. Yeah. I'm gonna try these bright green ones. Really fast before I go. I do like the purple. I do like the purple on here. Lovely. That's true. I don't have to do all grasses on them. That's true. I just want to blend some of these like plants in with some grasses around them, and that's why I want these shallower ones, because I don't want it to completely overwhelm. The plants. Okay, I do like how bright these are, so I am going to use some of these. I think this actually might end up being the ultimate combo. Spin it, thank you. Okay, if I could stop dropping it, that would also be lovely. Up. I said lift that up. I'm also one of those people that really likes doing kind of heavy tufted bases. I really enjoy bringing color to my bases with tufts. Okay, so that's looking, I think I like that. Let's see what you guys think. Because they're supposed to be jungly, right? So I want them to be dense. And I do like that. Oh, I do like that a lot, actually. Okay, this guy's fun because he has a little bit of a rock that he's next to. I think we're gonna build up some grasses because seeds would get stuck next to it. If the wind blew, it would collect some stuff around it. No, I don't think that you did. I think the battery died and...
Yeah, I changed it out, I know.
Okay. Ooh, you okay?
Found it!
Is it alright?
Yes.
Excellent.
Said nervously.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool. Am I dropping frames?
Yes.
Some? Okay. No worries.
I legit just think it's the internet around here. They've been doing some kind of work in the air. It's Sunday, so that'd be weird that they're doing anything, but our Comcast has been a little off and on.
It has been. It's been very strange.
Well, we had a power outage earlier this week, and after the power came back on, the internet went out like 30 minutes after the power came back.
Yeah, that was so weird. I still don't understand what the heck happened with that.
I assume maybe something got hit that damaged both, and just Comcast got to it later.
That makes sense, I suppose.
Because, yeah, I see that we have a signal problem. Sorry.
Well, it is what it is. We'll try to get it back as soon as we can. Unfortunately, I think it's out of our control.
Is that help? I'm going to turn off
the music.
Yeah, and you also have other things open, so I'm going to close those.
Okay, cool. There we go. Oh yeah, it's looking so good. Okay, I think I'm very happy with how he's looking. Nice.
Yeah, because we have actually pretty good signal to the modem. And to the router. So I'm pretty sure it's just on Comcast.
Got it.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Like that's unfortunately just out of our control then. All right, he's looking good. I'm gonna put the ones that are done off to the side. What a novel concept. Bam! Bam! Oh god, they look so good. It's amazing what having a finished base will do. Alright, here's a little bit of purple. Let's do that right there. Smish, 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 smish. No, I don't think they're a faction in Battletech. But you know, it wouldn't surprise me. Let's go over here with this one. Go. And I love the wild shapes. They come in so handy with just making a really natural looking base.
Cyber Coldo, how it was good to see you on Blood in the Clock Tower today on the, or this month on the Patreon episode.
Yes, yeah, no, I was so excited to be back on No Rules Barred and being able to play Blood in the Clock Tower with them. It was great, and actually I have another filming session with them at the beginning of next year. So if you've been enjoying seeing me on the Patreon, I don't know if this is going to end up being like a YouTube video or if it's just Patreon or what it is. I don't really have those details. They didn't tell me. They were just like, hey, we're doing it on this date. Are you available? And I was like, I'll be there at 3 a.m. guys. So I'm very excited about it. It's always fun getting to play with that group. They are genuinely delightful. One day I hope to play with them in real life.
Okay, so I just tried resetting your bitrate.
Yeah.
And after I did that, the, little bars that indicate signal strength went from red to green.
Okay.
Could have been coincidence with the timing of me clicking that shit. Or I may have fixed it.
Okay, excellent.
I don't know. I might just need to mess with bitrate for the future.
Okay, understood. Well, good to know.
Because, yeah, we're on green bars now, and yes, we have stopped dropping frames.
Okay, good.
Huh.
There's a Mantic Advent Calendar? Like an official one? That's pretty cool.
Okay, I think I can probably bring the music back now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's great. Oh my god, yeah, I love how these guys are turning out.
There you go.
Thank you. Alright, I think I want to use this big... Oh, whoa. Okay, not
That's a big old...
It's two that got stuck together. There we go.
Chat, I gotta let you know something. I'm worried that Angela's not gonna like anything I got her for Christmas.
Oh my god, he has been saying this for weeks. And
I don't know if she's gonna like him.
I'm going to love everything you got me for Christmas. Okay? Calm down. Like, it's gonna be amazing. You got me way too much anyways.
Nah.
Yes. I've witnessed the pile, okay? I have seen it with my eyeballs.
But have you felt it in your heart?
I have. It's too much. It's absolutely too much. Okay. Stop fighting me, Tuft. Thank you. It was not wanting to cooperate. There we go. He does have the touch. That's why I just leave all of my tech stuff to him. I'm just like, please help. I know you've shown me how to do this, but you're better at it. And more than likely, I will fuck something up. Somehow. Without fail. So I just leave it to Chaos Cultist because he knows what he's doing. There we go. He's being quiet because he's ignoring my compliments.
What happened?
See?
What happened?
I complimented you and you were ignoring me.
Oh, you are.
I am what? Being ignored?
No, compliment. Whatever you said, you are.
No, you are.
You are.
You are.
You are.
You are.
You are VR troopers. Virtual reality.
Twerk.
What?
This is why I love you.
How dare you diss VR troopers?
I did not diss VR troopers.
VR troopers and like big bad Beetleborgs are gonna come and like lay a whoop on you.
They're gonna lay a whoop on me?
Yep.
Okay. I don't think that's true. And also, I wasn't dissing them. Oh, that's really cool. So they do a sci-fi one and a fantasy one, huh? That's really awesome. Do we like that? I think I want a little tiny pot more green on the backside here. Just feels right. Yeah, that feels good. Boop. Bam! Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Let's do just a small little bit of purple this time. I do not like it next to that plant at all. Go over here. There we go. Yeah, if you don't want to do static grasses, get these 2mm high gamer's grass tufts because they are amazing. Like, legitimately, I love them. I've gotten like 3 ads in a row on YouTube. What is YouTube doing?
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I more feel bad for chat. I'm gonna do a second little purple one. Right there. Yes, and then I want a really big patch of this light. Okay, that was smaller than I anticipated, but it will still work. Excellent, excellent. All right, there we go. That's good. I want a little, I feel like I kind of want a little bit around one of the toes. Maybe this. Yeah, this side. Bam! Love it. And that's the first 5 done with the lords and ladies. Okay, so we don't want, I'm not going to be using any of the purple on these guys, which might be where maybe this tuft comes in, or do I have a different one? I think maybe just the small ones. I don't like how pale that is next to any other guys, so we're gonna just not use those ones at all. And we're gonna use this really vibrant green that I've been working with. Because honestly, it really ties the Croxivores into everything. We won't be using any of this green, I don't think. Or very, very little of it on the actual Croxivores bases. Should I put purple? No, I don't think so. Oh my god, see, this is why the wild tufts are great, because that just slid right in and shaped right around his little toesies, and it was great. It's so nice when it does that. And it just fit in right around the foil, or the cut plant too. It's great. I think we just need maybe a little bit here. There we go. Okay, so that will go there. Do I have any other? No, it's not bright enough. Okay. That's fine. Next little guy. See if we can slide it. You can do it. I believe in you. Get in there. Don't hang off the edge like that. There you go. There we go. And that kind of props this thing up. And its leaves a little bit more. Love it. Okay. That works. I've never done any train builds or anything like that. I bet it'd be really fun working on a really, really big terrain landscape like that. It'd be very cool. Did I get that like way onto his foot? No, I did not. Excellent. Bam. Okay, happy with that. And the nice thing is because I'm using this very bright green piece here, it's going to unify everything. If I use it on everything, it'll be the one unifying factor, or a major unifying factor at least, to the entire thing. Because I probably will end up using a smidge on the Croxivore bases. Just think it'll look good. Yeah, a lot more space, I imagine, when doing trains. I've seen some really big displays for like trains, because it's like a full multiple tracks. There's like a station that's involved that has like multiple routes attached to it. Full landscapes. Very cool stuff. I always forget Lethal Weapon's also technically like a Christmas movie. Like Die Hard 2, that one I definitely know. You know, one of the things I've never watched yet, and I know it's actually sort of a spoof on, I think, Die Hard, is the Hawkeye series on Disney Plus.
Yeah, no, we didn't see that.
We never watched that, but I think it's like, that's the...
Yeah, we didn't really watch a whole lot of Marvel after,
Loki...
Winter Soldier and, Falcon.
No, Wanda and Vision came after that, didn't it?
I think that was before.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Not sure, but we watched season 1 of WandaVision and season 1 of Loki, and WandaVision. Mm-hmm. And then Marvel kind of jumped the shark a bit.
Yeah, we tried to watch some things and we just were like, nope, this isn't for us anymore.
Yeah. But I was a Marvel comic fan long before I was an MCU fan or anything, so I don't really mind that we may be entering it. The fact that this video game has come out and the heroes aren't trying, the art team isn't trying to make them look like the actors.
Yes, which is great.
Because if you were a comic book or just a video game fan after, like especially after Avengers 1 came out, everything with the characters was similar to but legally distinct from Robert Downey Jr. for Tony Stark, right?
Exactly. Same thing with like Chris Evans for Captain
America,
America,
and the behaviors of all of them turned into that. And I feel like while their impact is forever going to be there, like everyone's vision of who Tony Stark is going to be impacted by Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Iron Man.
Of course.
I think we can now have him be a bigger character and stuff because he's dead in the MCU.
Yep. I agree. I completely agree.
I'd be playing, but someone is streaming.
I'm so sorry, I know.
Speaking of, be sure to subscribe to Hobby Night After Dark VIP. You can join now for 50% off for only $10 a month.
Woohoo! Treat yourself this holiday season.
Link found in the description.
Exactamundo.
Please consult with a physician if an erection lasts for longer than 4 hours.
Please do. I need a little one. Aha. Trying to hide. For me, a little grass. Man, I love tufting. It's just so brainless and cathartic. So we have our purple squad. Love it. And they still look cohesive together, but there is some slight differences, which will help me identify them when I'm playing Spearhead. I'm very excited. Okay. For the Croxagores, I think we're gonna go a little bit heavier on the purple for them. With some bigger, chunkier pieces. Back there, I'm gonna do this sort of medium-sized one near the edge. I always like putting like a few tufts very close to the edge just to make it look like the ground is expanding beyond that. Like it doesn't just stop at the edge. Get maybe like a tiny amount of this on here. There, or should I do it around the purple? I should probably do it around the purple. Make it stand out a bit more. Yes, yes, that looks good. However, I do think I still need a little bit on this side. So... oh yeah, I like that. Good tufting. There we go. I think that's coming along, but we need more. We need more. It's not enough.
The guy who uploaded the model files for Psylocke, Female Galacticus, and Scoregirl said, I just wanted the cute anime Galacticus, and I'm being talked to like I'm Oppenheimer.
Yep.
The impact this man has had on the next 2 years of internet.
Yep.
Also, reading through a few things, he also said, this is what it must have felt like to be the birther of Slaanesh.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Luke. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you later.
Sorry, what he exactly said is, this is what it must have felt like to be responsible for the birth of Slaanesh.
And the Eldar are like, yes, we do understand. Oh boy. VIP is very much a treat. Especially if you've got Renew on. Then it's an even spicier treat. Okay, I almost like what I've done. I really like this side. I need this side to be more. I want there to be a little bit tufting in here. Yes. I like it. Are developers and designers the same? No. CC can clarify a little bit more.
Sorry, what?
If you want. Haven's asking if game developers and game designers are the same.
No. Game designer is a job within game development.
Yeah. Like, development is the overarching umbrella that designers...
Game developer is akin to filmmaker.
Yes.
Someone who works on films is a filmmaker, but a person who works on cameras is, a cameraman. A person who writes scripts is a writer. A person who directs is a director. A person who works on video games is a video game developer.
Yes. So, like, the artists who work on the background are still part of the development team and would be considered video game developers. They would not be considered the designer, though that is a different role.
Yeah, design can still have a lot of variance and levels of responsibility in it, but design at the end of the day is the department who designs and documents how the game should function before development works. In essence, they do the job of telling other people what the product should be. Not telling those people how to make it, but sort of designating what the final thing needs to be and being responsible for its quality and overall performance.
Exactly.
In practical terms, it means I wrote a lot of documentation for programmers to know what they were making, building wireframes and PowerPoint presentations for stakeholders to know what we were making, as well as for artists to know what to actually make. That looked good, and I spent a lot of time in Excel spreadsheet for about a decade.
Mm-hmm. Ye did. Thank you for subscribing, Colonel O Truth Miniatures.
And while commonly people use game developer to mean programmer,
They do.
within the industry, it's, okay, here's the thing. It's sort of a stupid vernacular, but English is stupid. If someone walked up and introduced themselves as a developer, just a developer, I'm going to assume they are a programmer. Like they're a software engineer.
Yep. Actually, I think I would assume that too.
Yeah. Whereas if someone tells me they work in game development, I wouldn't necessarily have the basics of programming. I can write, a JSON file and, I can push an update. I am in no way trained as a software engineer.
Yeah. Exactly. And as Luke also said in chat, there's a huge lineup of people that go into the development of games. Like, just the artists,
It's why I compare it to film.
Yep.
Because, even just to talk about the people I worked with in my studio, you have everything from quality assurance, aka playtesters, through, yes, engineers who do programming, but you also have audio artists who make the sound effects, who implement those sound effects. You have the people who manage the schedules of everyone who is working there.
Mm-hmm.
You have the people whose entire job it is to, you know, getting into the marketing of games and whether or not their developers can honestly depend on the studio. Because I've worked in studios and been in studios where the person who was in charge of marketing for the game also did art for the game. Because a lot of game studios don't want to pay that many artists, and they're like, hey, this person can do graphic design. They'll do the ads and the in-game art.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you can have weird crossover like that.
Exactly.
And it's the same reason I compare it to films with, you know, audio engineers, editors. You know, I would say if you have an animator who doesn't do anything but animate the cutscenes. This isn't really something that would happen in a modern game so much. But, you know, I've been playing StarCraft.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there's all the cutscenes that aren't in-game.
Yep.
They're just two characters talking to each other like a movie.
Yeah.
If someone only worked on that, it's part of the game, so they're still a game developer, but they never even made the game.
Right. True. Because it's just the animation within it. It's not even part of the game engine and such. Yeah.
So
exactly.
The developer can be very, very broad.
Extremely.
Sorry, I went on a lecture.
No, I liked it. I enjoy those kind of lectures, but I also really like learning about your job. Your old job.
My job I retired from 2.5 years ago.
Yay!
That's weird.
It is weird, right?
I mean, you're coming up on 3.
I know. It's so fucking strange. Oh my god, I grabbed.
You're like 2 weeks, I think, from your like 3-year anniversary of going full time on Hobby Night.
Weird. So wild.
To be fair, you weren't getting paid at that point.
True.
Yeah, when Angela first quit her retail position, it was December 2020, so we had like 9 months of COVID. And what had happened was I was working a pretty well-paying game design job at the time. And we basically figured out that her entire like hourly pay, because of the way taxes worked out, all of her pay went to taxes.
Pretty much.
Or, you know, something to the effect of like if we actually did the math for it, it was like she was getting take home of like $2 an hour.
Yeah, it was pretty insignificant compared to like how much of it was going to the government.
Yeah. And so we basically decided at that point, you know what? Let's just have you focus on the project full time, the Hobby Night project full time.
Mm-hmm.
And we started doing that.
Yep.
So I'm talking it through because I even don't. I'm reciting it also for like posterity.
Oh yeah, no, for us to remember of like how did this work?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what happened. Is we realized that like.
And, like, YouTube was doing fine, but, like, for those of you who aren't in the know about how much YouTube pays, like, we've had a very good month or two on the channel. You know, we've had a number of videos that hit, like, 10,000, 20,000. Obviously, like, the videos with Adam have done very well.
Yes.
But we have never had a YouTube month where we made more than, I think, $1,000.
Yep.
And that job in game development to start doing this with Angela. The nice thing is because once again it was 2020, work from home was still very much a thing, and I was working basically a consultation job at that point.
Yep.
When I wasn't on conference calls, I was able to help Angela with stuff on the channel at home.
Yeah, exactly, which was very cool.
But then that May, you launched your Only Fanatics.
Yep.
And that did well.
It did.
Which is not an uncommon story I hear from, Space Ghost Kari was talking about this the other day.
Oh yeah, I saw her tweet about that, I think.
Yeah, she said, you know, she had a small following from doing, like, esports commentary and such. And she like posted one thing on the site and made like a couple grand.
Yep.
Um, shout out to her.
Indeed.
But so that started to do very well, and you launched that for the first couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
My job ended up doing one of those, hey, we're ordering everyone back to the office after we promised everybody we were going to stay remote in like August of 2021.
Yes. Was that it? Yeah, yeah.
I'm just going through it in my head real quick. No, it was 22.
Was it 22?
It was 22.
Yeah, you're right. It was 22. You're right.
Yeah, you were doing only YouTube, I think, for a year and a half before Fanatics.
I think so.
Before OF.
I think so, yeah, actually.
I'd have to go back and look through things. But yes, I think that was what was happening. So actually add a year into that. Sorry. Yeah, March 2020, COVID hits. You worked continuing for Games of Berkeley through the end of that year.
Yep.
And then I believe you worked on Hobby Night for a year and a half while I just worked at Skills.
Yes.
Is what happened. Working on building the channel up.
Mm-hmm.
Then you launched OF.
Yep.
That actually made money.
Yep.
And then come August 2022, yes, that is correct. I'm also thinking about when we moved from one place to another, and that lines up when we moved.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because when we moved from our
Because we were only in our second place for 2 years.
Yep.
And that would mean that, and we moved here in 2024, which means we moved there in 2022.
Yes.
And yeah, you launched it very shortly after we moved.
Yep.
Sorry for being confusing.
No, it's fine. Going through it all in your head.
Yeah. But yeah, so in summer, she launched OF. My company was like, hey, we're trying to downsize. Unfortunately, I should have taken a severance offer that I had in like March.
But yeah, but you didn't.
But we didn't have OF yet.
We didn't know. We didn't know we were gonna, and we didn't know how successful that was gonna be when we launched it either.
Didn't, and so.
Which, thank you guys for that, by the way.
Yes. How was chat? I don't know if they're like actually responding to this at all, or.
They are a little bit. You were thanked for the information about game development and the difference between the designer and the developers, or like that
Okay.
explanation. Let's see. Colin says they ended up with a hybrid in the UK civil service, something that they said we couldn't do until the pandemic hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, thank you. And they're saying I'm worth every penny. Well, I appreciate you guys for that. I try to make it worth every penny. I also just like to show off, so what can I say? I like to send things out. I like to flirt a little bit. Well, maybe just a smidge. Just a smidge. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed hearing the story.
Yeah, that was like the good, like, okay.
What's that?
I'm figuring out how to phrase this best.
Okay.
Because you'll agree with me, but I have to phrase it well.
Okay.
I'm somewhat ashamed to say that 2021 through 20 now have been some of the best professional years for us.
Oh, yeah.
Which I feel bad saying because I know how everything has been the last 4 years.
Oh, I completely agree. Like, we were very lucky that the COVID, lockdown...
We are aware that we were very lucky. What's the word I'm looking for?
Blessed?
Privileged.
Yeah, privileged, yes.
In how we have been set up in the last 4 years, because I worked for a tech company that allowed complete remote work, and I was salaried.
Yep.
Angela, at the time, worked for a local business that she was an inventory manager, so she worked on a computer all day anyway.
Yep.
So that worked out well. We don't have children.
Nope.
Unlike,
some people
siblings and such like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously, lockdown was a period of huge growth for YouTubers and social media stuff.
A lot of people launched at that time, and
it grew acceptance of things too, because let's face it, every late night and news person had to learn what Twitch was and how to stream and learn how to install OBS.
Honestly, yes, it really did. It really did.
And so we've had honestly, we've lived in the San Francisco Bay Area now for 12 and a half years.
Mm-hmm.
And the first 10 years, guys, was kind of rough.
It really was.
And that's mostly my fault.
It's not just that. It's just it's just the honestly, SF in general, just, I mean, not to say that the rest of the country and the rest of the world hasn't gone through a lot of shit and isn't currently going through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But SF during,
San Francisco during the pandemic was terrible, but I gotta tell you, I loved San Francisco when we moved here in, 2012.
Oh, yeah. But after that, can we just pause for a moment and take a look at my...
Post-2015, I feel like it really lost the vibe.
Yes, well, we're gonna pause for a moment and enjoy my really cool looking
It looks amazing from back here.
Focus, camera. Alright. Croxagores are done.
Nice.
Which means there's one final big boy to do. So we have one final little thingy to build. I'm gonna get one of these blue. I'm gonna get this blue one. I like these ones more. Give me the paper. Give me that one.
And to be clear, I blamed that loss of vibe and that entire problem on venture capital.
Oh, yeah.
Just to summarize it really succinctly without going on a really long rant, I blame it on venture capital.
Oh, yeah. We have fuzzy ones. We have fuzzy ones. Those are our only, children.
Oh my god, and that's its own story. For those of you who've heard us refer to the cat's health problems, that really kicked off in October of 2020.
Oh my gosh,
which is when Jack had an obstruction and ended up having to have his gallbladder removed in an emergency surgery.
Terrifying for us. Terrifying for him, I'm sure, too.
And to be honest with you, I'm going to knock on wood right now, but, I did not expect him to still be with us 4 years later.
No, neither did I.
I thought it was one of those, this surgery is going to keep him going for 2 more months kind of deals.
Yeah, with the fact that, he has lasted as long as he has, I am incredibly grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, it's going to get a little bit more glue on. Boop. This.
Jack's a sleepy old man nowadays, but as I say, he's an old man. He's over 17.
He is.
He is 16, right?
Yep. She's a year younger. Okay, this one we're gonna pull out these big chonkers. Those ones or these slightly greener ones? I'm gonna go with the slightly greener ones because they may be the same actually. I think they are.
They are. They're just ones in packaging.
Got it. All right. Well, in this case, because this is such a large base.
I think that's a good call.
Hooah!
Nice.
Giant fluffy green grass. Oh, it's so good. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna put a smidgen of purple. The very first year that they had launched it.
Did we?
Yeah, Conquest. It's that big one that's the weird size, but it's gorgeous.
Is that what it is? Sorry, I had it mixed up with a different one that came out when we were in college. That got a remake recently.
No. No, Conquest was...
It's the big hero scale.
It's the hero scale one. It's Conquest Augments of Kings or whatever.
Got it, my bad.
That one. And I really thought it was cool, but the scale, is what kept me away from it originally. I know they've expanded and it's continued to do well, which makes me really happy to hear. Yeah, I loved... Oh my god. So when we first saw it, we got to see it with a gigantic, huge terrain display that they had put together for it. And it was so cool because it was like this big, giant winter city. And it looked amazing. Like, it was so tempting.
And to answer the question of left-handed dragon, I'm assuming you're referring to Jack. He is named after Jack Harkness from Doctor Who.
Yes.
So the pervy immortal man.
Because he's a very lovey, very cuddly kitty. And he always has been.
Well, when he was a kitten, he wasn't so much cuddly as much as he was just really excited to see everyone.
True.
And would just run around and on top of everyone. Like, when he was a small kitten, he would, like, in college I wore, like, heavy goth clothing. And, like, he would climb up my, like, baggy pants leg.
Yep.
And, like, up the front of my jacket.
It was so cute. It was so gosh darn cute.
It truly was.
He doesn't do that now.
No,
but he has arthritis.
Up my chest.
He does. He has never stopped doing that. Yeah, the scale for Conquest was really the biggest thing that held me back from it as well. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is really cool, but I'm not going to be able to use any of these miniatures for anything else that I play right now. And at the time, because I was really into 40K, I was like, well, if I can't use it for 40K, I don't want to really
Let me use your phone for a second.
invest in it too much. Sure.
I know you lose chat, but
That's okay.
I know how social media works.
Yes.
Go. Cool.
Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting, folks.
No. They understand.
Had to give her Instagram post or two of
Absolutely.
photos there.
No, we actually, my shorthand for him is actually Jackalack. That's how I refer to him when I'm wanting to, like, be cute.
I call him Boy.
Boy. He's a good boy.
You know, I did technically say in the challenge the miniatures had to be done by the end of November.
And the miniatures were done.
The bases are part of the miniature.
The miniatures were done.
I think you owe me another 10 booster packs.
No!
That you still haven't paid me.
Fine, whatever.
She's saying that because she just isn't going to pay.
I'm saying that because you'll just buy them yourself for us to open later.
No, I won't.
Yeah, you will.
No, I won't.
You sometimes do.
I haven't bought boosters since, like...
You're right.
Burrow.
You're right. We're waiting for Innistrad to come out.
I mean, that is true, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I bought the product release for Foundations.
True.
That's so we could have our incredibly failed podcast.
It wasn't a complete failure. I think it's just that people don't really know, like... They don't know us for Magic quite yet.
I mean, there's that, but also, I mean, like, we just need... I feel like Magic needs 4K cameras.
It does, I know.
Or just separate cameras on everyone's hand.
That or just way more editing on your part because it would need, like, you to be able to, like, if we pulled something...
I mean, yes, I've seen how the other channels do it where they literally have PNGs of every card.
Yeah, exactly.
And display them when they get played or they activate. But I don't get paid enough for that because I don't get paid. So...
Well, that's why I said, or...
Yeah, our accountant doesn't understand.
Yeah. No, she doesn't. It's fine.
She's like, he works for her? And it's like, yes. That much does he get paid? Nothing.
He gets paid and being able to live with... No, I'm kidding.
I mean, yeah, that is.
I mean, yeah, it is.
I get to touch the butt. That's what I get paid in. But...
Hey, yeah. Yeah. We avoided magic for a really long time.
She magicked avoid. She avoided magic for a very long time. I did not.
That's true.
I tried to get her in many times. Did I not?
You did. You were fighting against my, like, bitterness, though, towards how the Magic players at Guild treated us.
I know, but this entire marriage has been me fighting the bitterness of your past against everything.
It's true. Angel, Magic,
video
game shooters, not reading. Video games. No, reading I liked to do. I just stopped having time for it.
Science fiction.
Science fiction is true.
Firearms.
Yes.
Cars.
Yes.
Making things.
I always liked making things. I just didn't have time for it. That's why I went to That's why I went to art school.
You definitely had time for it. You just sat around reading yaoi all day.
That's true. I did. I did because I have problems. I'm really loving how this is coming out. I think I'm leaving space so that I can put maybe a couple more of the...
Lower it a little?
Oh. A couple more of the laser cut ones, I think.
I just realized this is actually the best setup of cameras we have because we're actually using both of the real cameras.
Yeah, those were like we're using the M50 and the
Sony.
The Sony, yep, exactly. Now it looks pretty good.
Oh, thank you for the donation, Havman.
Oh yes, thank you, Havman. Always love hearing how you guys got to where we are. Excellent. I am glad. It's a fun journey.
Did I ever call Jack Bo based on Face of Bo? No, I did not, but that would be a cute idea.
Oh yeah, he did become the face.
I do need a raise. I need a 20% raise, Angela.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Done.
Excellent. I'm a master negotiator.
You are. Considering you get paid nothing right now, you got 20% more of nothing.
I'm glad that you remember the old skit from The Muppet Show, which is what I'm referencing, when that was literally the joke. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Gonzo asks Kermit for a raise.
And
Kermit's like, well, how much am I paying you now? And Gonzo's like, nothing. And Kermit's like, I'll double it. And Gonzo's like, deal.
Excellent. Well, there you go. We doubled it.
Double? Damn, I was going for 20%. Hot damn.
Okay. Hate it.
What?
I need...
You need something in the middle.
Exactly. That's why I hate it.
But I don't hate it.
It shall be you. Come hither. Okay, hold on. I'm feeling this. Yeah, I like that. We're gonna expand off that a little bit. Ooh, get down there. There we go. Let's bring in one of these light greens. We've used them a few times. I think it complements with some of the lighter leaves on whatever these ones are called. Whatever ferns those are. Love it. Let's drop down into some of these really shallow grasses. And I think I want to have like at least one of those around the base of fern. like one of these small purples. Oh, give me that. How's that look? Almost. It needs a little bit more. Ooh. That spun wildly. Tuft, please. Okay, thank you.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Almost. I think we just need a few more of these very, very pale greens so that they blend in. Smidge. There we go. I like how you're sticking up weirdly like that. Stay down. Thank you. Okay. Again, I might add like one more fern onto this because I think it needs a little bit more of that kind of texture, and I think I'm gonna put it like in this big bushy area right here that I left open, and then maybe like one more over here as well by the like by this area. But I think they're done now. I think we can officially here. Can you close the? Oh, I'm gonna just actually turn it off. Will I get rid of it?
No, you want me to get rid of? I can get rid of the overhead now.
Yeah, can you get rid of the overhead for me for a second? Because I just want to show them.
There.
Dun, da, da, da. Check out my lizards.
Here, actually, I'm going to turn the overhead back on.
Are you going to make it full screen so they can...
Yes.
There we go. There we go. Check them out. I really like how the bases turned out. Turned out great. I think the Croxagore bases are still my favorites. Although I really like the, I do really like the Saurus Warriors because that blue really makes the purples and greens stand out.
Hey, focus. You tap for me.
Yep. There we go. Looks really cool. Yeah! So I think that is going to be us for today. I'll see you guys probably not tomorrow. I think I'm going to take tomorrow off to just do other things. Probably play a bunch of Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
And Infinity Nikki because
You're weak.
I am weak and I can't help myself in pretty dresses. So that's going to be my plan for tomorrow. But we'll be back likely on Tuesday with some more Rogue Trader. So if you've been itching for more of that, don't worry. You can hear me butcher more of the English language very, very soon.
Goodbye, Colin. Goodbye, Astif. Goodbye, Have-Been. Goodbye, Chef, Robert, Colin, and others.
Yes, goodbye, everybody. Thank you all to everybody who was active in chat and to everybody who was just lurking. You guys are all fantastic, and we very much appreciate you for being here. And until next time, I've been Angela. I've been hanging out with the Chaos Cultist today, and we hope you all have a wonderful hobby night. Bye, everybody.